praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Sh- Call halal Yahweh Bashim Hamashiach Yahweh Shai Bashim Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And shalom to the elect who believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai in true faith and sincerity. What I have in front of you on the screen is a Project 2025 tracker after, the Edomite President Donald Trump lied and said he doesn't know anything about this. I don't know anything about this. Project 2025. I don't know anything about that. Yeah, but this shows that you know they're working fast, dude. They're working fast. All right, they're in overdrive mode. They're panicking, especially after they said there's an asteroid the size of Manhattan pulling up to Earth, which we all know this is a chariot. This is a high-ranking angel commanding a fleet, small fleet, saying going about 140,000 miles an hour. Like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So this is all, um, I don't know who made this, but this is all a timeline of how quickly the elites are moving in order to get this New World Order agenda in action. Okay? And, yeah. So let's get some scriptures. As a matter of fact, let's browse the website first and see what's going on. So this is them cutting the budgets, USAID, prioritize funding for faith-based organizations. Oh, let's see what this is about. What's this about? Wow. Well, the cervical cancer is coming from your food and all the other shit that you put in it, genetically modifying, your witchcraft, your pharmakia from your pharmaceutical drugs. Salakia. I'm just scanning through this. But yeah, this is all a timeline or tracker. Basically, it's them they're speeding up their plans, man. And yeah, let's get into some scriptures. There's one in Job. Um, I think. Hold on one second. I believe it's Job 3. Start with this. Job 20. This is Job chapter 20, verse 4. It says, Knowest this not of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphant of the wicked is short. Right. So you could look at all the kingdoms of the past, and you can see that the triumphant of them or the ruling of them is short. Okay. It says that the average kingdom is 250 years. We're entering that 250th year next year, July 4th. And that's the end of a kingdom. So this is why Donald John Trump and hey, well, he's just a puppet anyway for the banking families. But this is why all these things are happening and why all of these things are speeding up rapidly. Also, this scripture right here, Matthew 24 and 22, and except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. So that's why they say this. Um, it says it says the earth is spinning faster, leading timekeepers to consider an unprecedented move. So these the top scientists of Edom can't even comprehend why things are moving the way that they are, but we know why. That the Lord is shortening the days so the elect can be saved, because we're all tired of this shit. All right, this is all taking a toll on our flesh, and it's taking a toll on our spirit, and we cry out daily for Yahweh Shai to come back and give us the kingdom. What's that scripture? No, scriptures is not pouring into me. This is Daniel 7 and 25, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and that's what he does with his sciences, his philosophy, okay, his quote unquote logistics, his logic, you know. Reading on, it says, and shall wear out the saints. We're being worn out physically of the fucking working these dead end jobs and trying to find a job, sustain ourselves, trying to deal with our daily lives, trying to balance out the truth and the world. And spiritually, all these spirits attacking us, we got to fight them off, fight off our thoughts, fight off, um, and keep our minds in gear with the mind of Yahweh Shai, do the things that the Lord commanded us to do. So it says, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times in the dividing of time, which is the time that we're in right now. Change the times, he's got his calendars, he has his 7 days a week, Monday, Tuesday. He thinks the seventh day is always fucking Saturday, which is not. So you got the whole world thinking that, going based off of his characters and timelines. So yeah, this is the reason why Earth is going. The days are going extremely faster, and the more and more we enter into Jacob's trouble, which the apostles always say Jacob's trouble is going to be quick. The more and more we enter into Jacob's trouble, leading up to this destruction, leading up to Yahweh Shai coming back, the faster Earth is going to spin, which is the shorter time is going to be. And the Wadi Al-Bashim Shai for that. So let's go back to Job. It's saying that the triumphant of the wicked is short, and that's see right now on Earth. It seems like it's a long time because we're down here in it, but in reality, this is just a short time, man. When you're in the heavens, all right. And the joy of the hypocrite before a moment. That's the so-called white man. He's the ultimate hypocrite on the earth. The man appears as though he's just some type of innovator and some type of master, intellectual. But in all reality, he's the devil, man. He wants to destroy everything in his sight. But it's for a moment, okay? Because every ruler, every kingdom had its rise and its fall. And America is no different. It says, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, with his space stations and his satellite arrays, and his head reach unto the clouds, he thinks he's the most intellectual being on the earth because he created the engine and he created planes and he created the internet, and you wouldn't have this, that, and the third if it wasn't for him, which all wisdom comes from the Most High. But this devil doesn't give credit where credit is due. Verse 7, yet he will perish forever like his own dung, his own shit. And that's going to be the so-called white man. He's going to die out forever. He's never going to be in rulership ever again after this kingdom. Matter of fact, he'll be so insignificant, he'll be less than shit. All right? It says, they which have seen him shall say, where is he? Because he's going to be so insignificant, hundreds of thousands of years in the future. When we read about how the Edomites ruled the earth, it's going to be like a phenomenon. It's going to be like, how the hell did this man have control over the whole earth? But it's true. It's the truth, when the children, when our children's children go to the elders, which Lord willing that's us, and ask about the Edomites, boy, we'll have a tale to tell them. It says he shall fly away as a dream. So in the kingdom of heaven, when we're set up, he'll be so insignificant, it'll be as though he was flying away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him. Who is the eye that saw him that see him? Us. Okay? Because we're currently under his um, rulership right now, under his authority. That's why it tells you that surely in Psalms 91, surely with thy eyes thou shalt see the reward of the wicked. So the eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him, right? Because America is going to be wiped out from off the face of the earth, all right? And other countries is going to be wiped out from nuclear destruction, but the main one's going to be America. This place is going to be a desert, man. His children, all right, that's about the point. Let's get the next scripture. I think it's the 21st chapter. Let's see. Yep, this is Job 21 and 17. How oft is the candle of the wicked put out, and how oft cometh the destruction upon him? The Most High distributeth sorrows in his anger. And the candle of the Edomites is about to be put out because they are the wicked. When you read in Malachi 1, it says they are as stubble before the wind, and they're literally going to be that stubble. They're going to be that chaff which the wind driveth away. When you read Psalms, the first chapter, it tells you about the ungodly. So Psalms 1 and 4, the ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Now let's see what chaff is. You know, like how you have, you go into like a flower field and you see like, you know, the petals blowing away in the wind. That's going to be the Edomites. It's going to blow, they're going to be blown away by nuclear fire, that destroying wind. And they are the chief ungodly on the earth. It says, but I like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Yep. And that wind is going to be that destroying wind. This is Jeremiah 51 and 1. Thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. Yep, that's that nuclear destruction. And that's going to be Esau. And that's why he's speeding up all of these things. He needs to get prophecy. He needs to fulfill prophecy, man. He needs to put that C-hip inside of people. And they're aiming for 2030, but the Most High is going to put that thought in their mind where it's going to be beforehand. Okay? Because he's being backed into a corner now. It says, they are as stubble, Job 21 and 18, they are as stubble before the wind, and as chaff that the storm carrieth away. The Most High layeth up his iniquity for his children. He rewardeth him, and he shall know it. And that reward is going to be that fire. His eyes shall see his destruction. That's why the Most High put the spirit on y'all via the Manhattan Project, to split the atom in order to create mass devastation, man. Who the hell thinks of that? All right, you didn't use that knowledge for creation of life. You use that for destruction of life. It says, and he shall drink the wrath of the Almighty, and you're going to drink it all the dreads. This is Psalm 75 and 8. For the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poureth out the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out. What's the dregs? Dregs is like the sediments at the bottom that you don't want to drink. It's like bitter. See that? It's like bitter. It has like that grindy taste in your mouth. That bitter, nasty, that bitter, nasty, like grindy taste on your mouth, bro. And nobody wants to drink that. You filter this out. Usually, good wine doesn't have this. Good wine, this is filtered out. But the Lord is implying where the wicked, they're gonna drink the dregs. They're gonna drink the bitter parts, the parts that they don't want to drink. Right? And that's why Esau is doing all these things to try to escape his judgment, man. But it's not going to happen. You're going to go through it. It says, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. Yep, that's it. So I recommend brothers to search through this. I've been searching through this. They update it daily. I haven't found anything pertaining to Revelations 13, but I'm pretty sure it'll be there soon. They're 48%. He has 1,200 days left. Okay, 1,204 days left. All right, to complete this, and they're gonna do something where this is completed, man. And they're gonna do something where they get rid of this dollar and they put that C hip in you. So Lord willing, you was edified. Call Allah Yahweh Shai. Until next time, Shalom.